Joy Reid debated Moms for Liberty co-founder Tiffany Justice over a movement in which parents pressure school libraries to remove books containing sexual explicit content. She advocates, Joy Reid does, for sexually explicit books in grade schools. Let's hear from Joy Reid.
What is booklooks.com?
I'm aware of a website called booklooks.com where parents can go and see some of the books that other parents are concerned about.
Booklooks.com has been used in Florida extensively in counties like, I used to live in Broward County. I lived there for 14 years.
Okay.
In counties like Broward, counties like Clay, counties like Escambia, Moms for Liberty activists are using booklooks.com. And it's essentially a cliff notes for books.
Yeah.
So you go through without even having to read the book. I'm going to just hold it up so our audience can see what it looks like. This is the one for All Boys Aren't Blue, which is one of the books Moms for Liberty has pushed.
Everyone should go and see the content in this book. That's such a good idea.
And so what happens is you can do keyword searches and find certain keywords.
Like rape?
You can find sure.
Or anal rape or dildo.
You can find all sorts of keywords.
Those words. But like,
wait, hold on. Wait. Let me finish my question.
Okay,
then
great,
you can answer.
sure.
I'm going to give you time to answer, but I got to ask you first.
No, yeah, I got the question.
And so what you find is the keywords that you find, the N-word, anything, words like you just used, then you'll get out of context passages from the book. And then based on that, Moms for Liberty members are going to places like Broward County school board meetings, reading out of context passages from these books, and then demanding that the school board remove them.
So what's
that is the way.
Yeah.
The question I'm asking is, what is the expertise that you have and other Moms for Liberty advocates have to decide that a book, an award-winning book like All Boys Aren't Blue, isn't appropriate for students to read? What is your expertise?
What a tragic story of a young man who's anally raped by his adult family member. So you have incest, rape, pedophilia. Joy, you said you'd let me answer, so I'm going to answer
Please
for you. In what context is a strap-on dildo acceptable for public school? I mean, that's my question to you.
That's a good question. Can you imagine? I just want you to think for just a second. Think back. Hearken with me. We like to hearken on this show. Hearken back to a day where we didn't talk about this stuff, where common sense said, hey, look, man, anal rape is not going to be in libraries and schools, and that was like common sense. Can you remember a time of that? Can you remember a time when we didn't have to discuss strap-on dildos on our national TV, where the host would agree, like, hey, this is not a good thing, where the host might actually be leading the conversation against having this type thing in our public schools? I mean, I get it. The number one way you go about challenging this is by simply saying book banning. Well, you're book banning. And again, we hearken back to a time when books like To Kill a Mockingbird and others were banned from public schools. We hear words and we immediately think bad. But the context kind of matters. If we're talking about the things that the Mothers for Liberty, Tiffany Justice, is talking about here, then of course those books shouldn't be in public school. I don't know how anybody should say they should be. Why should a kid in a public school in 6th grade go, hey, there's a strap-on story on aisle 8 in the library. If you think you have to censor strap-on dildo for your Twitter post, then why do you think that content would be appropriate for children to read about in a public school? It's a very logical question. Most, if not all, of the stuff we talk about relative to Joy Reid or The View or any of these shows is simply common sense. If I have to, on Twitter, or X, or wherever, Instagram, or Facebook, if I have to censor certain words, or certain actions, certain videos, certain deeds, YouTube, then doesn't it make sense that maybe, just maybe, those same type things should not be in schools of elementary kids, libraries? No? Does that not make sense? I get it. Book banning. You're for book banning. Yeah, I guess, if that's what we're talking about here. If you told me, should we get rid of a book that talks about the anal rape of a child, should we get rid of it in a public library or a school library, not public library, school library, my answer is going to be, oh, hell yeah. And I'll be loud just like Joy Reid, and I'll try to make my nasty face. Oh, hell yeah. I make my nasty face, Joy Reid, nasty face. Well, of course. But I just want to hearken again and say, can you imagine that this is a discussion that we have to have on national TV in front of the world, and it stays there? Meaning, Google this a month from now and you'll be able to see it. A year from now, 10 years, and you'll be... This is where we're at as a society, and it's disgusting. There's no way that... I don't know whether Joy Reid is straight, lesbian, mom. I have no idea, and I do not care. Except to say this. There's no way a mother, no way, a sane mother who is not on some type of crusade for some reason other than the protection of her children would say it's a really good thing to put stories in kids' elementary school libraries that involve strap-ons, anal rape, and all this other disgusting crap. I mean, there's no way. There's not a mother that I know. Maybe it's my privilege. I mean, doesn't it all go back to privilege? Maybe, Dakich, you're just privileged. How am I privileged? Well, you're privileged, and I would agree with this. I am privileged to be around people that can think beyond their nose. I'm privileged to be around people that have a little bit, not a lot, sometimes when they're drinking, not much, common sense. That is my privilege. And I would not hang with the Joy Reids of the world who think that it is okay just because you're going to win the battle of words by saying banning books, and then you go out and you allow those things in schools. Look, I'm about the least prudish human being you're ever going to meet when it comes to stuff like that. I am, I swear to you. But I got to tell you, I just got to tell you, these people are nuts. And it's insane that we have this type conversation going on right now. It's insanity to me. It really and truly is. And I wish it weren't like this, but it is like this. And there's not a damn thing we can do about it. NFL gone wild. What does that mean? Well, gone wild always means about sex. Back in the day, there was Girls Gone Wild. These two brothers, I think they were out of New Orleans, had this great idea to film hot college girls on spring break, basically getting naked or talking about getting naked. And it was a big seller until whatever the two guys did probably did not pay their taxes. They got arrested. Anyway, NFL gone wild. NFL puts it all in one day. NFL gone wild. And you know, gone wild, as I just stated, means sex. I've always said this, and I'll always say this, and I don't know if this is politically correct. I don't know if this is politically incorrect. I legitimately don't know. I don't care who you're having sex with. I do not care. I don't want to celebrate who you're having sex with. I don't want to discuss who you're having sex with unless it's over a beer and you're like, hey, and I'm in college, and you're like, hey, you know that cheerleader, she and I are going out this week. I mean, I'll get all that. But as I grow older, and not even now, I'm talking about 30, 40 years ago, I didn't care who you or anybody else was having sex with. Now that's all we care about. All we care about is who you're having sex with. So the NFL really wants to get into who you're having sex with. Who are we having sex with, people? Well, why else would they, every year since 2016, have a LGBTQ ABCD night? A night to honor our LGBTQ people. What that means is we want to honor you for who you're having sex with. Now, I know you're going to make it deeper than that. I know you are. I know you're going to make it, well, if you don't, then it's violence. And no. This is only for people celebrating who they are having sex with. We're not celebrating me, who is having sex, hopefully soon, with the lovely Lee Ross, my wife. We don't care about that. The NFL announced their commitment to LGBTQ community with a night of pride at the Super Bowl. It's to help enlighten defamatory media coverage against gay and lesbian demographics. You can always make up that we get this defamatory media coverage. Look, here's what you got to understand. Do you want equal, or do you want equal but special? Look, the heterosexual community gets crushed with defamatory. Every time somebody says something like, hey, look, you don't need a month to celebrate who you're having sex with. That's not dangerous rhetoric. That might be common sense. It might be. Anytime somebody says, hey, look, I'm a God-fearing Christian man. I don't need you parading down the streets of Indianapolis naked on a bike during your gay lesbian parade. I don't need that. That's not defamatory. That's just common sense. I don't need to know who you're stupid. That's not defamatory. That's common sense. In fact, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if you think about it this way? If we didn't have to have these nights, if we didn't have to have this shoved down our throats, if we didn't have to have any of this, if we just accepted who everybody's having sex with, I have. Now, because I don't go overboard with this and celebrate this, I will be called a bigot. I will be called a variety of things. But the fact of the matter is, I'm what everybody should be. Does it bother me when a dude and a dude hold their hands walking down the street? Never has, never will. Never. Does it bother me when two women are kitten? Never has, never will. Does it bother me when in the Indy gay parade here a few years ago, big fat ass white dudes are on bicycles, buck naked at a parade throwing candy to kids? Yes. That bothers me. That's a decaying society. That's just common sense. In fact, to the point where I talked about it on my radio show when I had one in Indy, and by the way, the head of the parade called in and said, I thought I was going to get ripped. I thought I was going to get, well, you're a homophobe, blah, blah, blah. No. The lady said, you're absolutely right, Dan. It's embarrassing for our community. It'll never happen again, and it hasn't. Now, I'm just telling you, if more people thought like me and didn't give a rat's ass, but see, here's the deal. For whatever the reason, the NFL feels like they have to throw this at us. For whatever the reason, the NFL feels like they have to care. And this is not a new thing, by the way. I looked this up. People are up in arms on it. I'm not up in arms at all. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to anything. I'm not going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to sit my fat you-know-what here, and away we go. But the NFL has lost its mind. The NFL has absolutely lost its mind. Okay, yesterday they also put in there, hey, look, we're going to play the Black National Anthem. This don't bother me either. Play whatever the hell you want. I wish they'd play the Serbian National Anthem. Play it for all us Serbs, yo. Play it for all us Serbs. Now, Nicole Hannah-Jones is an activist. All right? She's an activist. The white national anthem is played. It was written by a racist enslaver who believed black people were inferior and fought abolitionists in the courts. It did not become our national anthem until 1930s, practically because the song itself has racist lyrics. You all really should not boast your historical ignorance so loudly in an effort to constantly be aggrieved about the country you remain atop of. Yeah, I don't know. That's fine. I mean, that's fine. I mean, the country you remain atop of. Nobody's atop of anything. I mean, why does everything have to be divided? Look, you don't like the national anthem? Play the Black National Anthem. People want the Black National Anthem? Play the Black National Anthem. I could care less. Look, again, what I do, you can play anything you want. It's up to me whether or not I'm going to watch. And I'm not specifically not going to watch the time the Black National Anthem comes. I just don't get into all this unless I'm betting on how long the National Anthem is. And I had an insider for a few years give me the numbers, and we won some money. But anyway, I digress. Care less whether you play the black, the green, the white, the orange National Anthem. It doesn't matter to me at all. You want to keep dividing our country? Keep dividing our country. See how it's done for you. Every time you sit there and turn around and you're seeing it here with the NFL, they got to tell us something. Choose love. What does that mean? Well, I choose love. Okay. I choose love. I inspire change. What exact change do you want? I'll tell you the change you want. You want separate? You want equal but special. That's what you want, and that's fine. Take your equal but special. Look, if you don't like the Black National Anthem, don't listen. Personally, don't care. Doesn't affect me 1 second. Here's what happens. You got build up to the Super Bowl. So everything's got, every little organization, every single little mark has to be checked. Do we have the Black National Anthem? Do we have the LGBTQ ABCDEFG night? How are we doing with hermaphrodite dolphins? Where are we? Oh, wait, the Asians. What are we going to do with the Serbians? What? What? It goes back to what I said about John Adams. John Adams, great dude, not the president, John Adams was the head of referees for the NCAA tournament and over all the referees in the NCAA. I showed up for lunch with him, and he's like, hey, Doc, you know a good black referee on the West Coast? I got to fill out the NCAA tournament. I said, why don't you just get the best referee? He goes, yeah, you know you can't do that. That's fine. You know you can't do that. So you got to check all these boxes. And that's all this is. That's all this is. So look, at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm watching. If I'm sitting and I'm comfortable and the Black National Anthem comes on, I'll give it a watch. If it doesn't, I ain't watching. Socks. That's how we're going to get it, socks. I guess everybody feels like they need to do their part. Look, personally, you do what you want to do. But I don't give a rat's ass about LGBTQ night, and if that's defamatory, then fine, tough. Just like you don't give a rat's ass about Dakich married night. I mean, I can have a celebration on Dakich married night. Lee and I go out to dinner. As soon as I heal up here, we'll go out to dinner, a nice dinner, and we'll make it Dakich heterosexual night or something. I don't know. How will that be? I remember I put out about a few months ago, I just got tired of white women being crushed, so I put out, let's celebrate white women today. A picture of my beautiful wife and I, and people lost their mind. Racist! What? Celebrating white women. Can't do that. What? I'm celebrating heterosexuals. Bite me with all this. If you don't get worked up. Everybody should think like me. I don't give a damn about LGBT Pride Night. If you do, go do your thing. I don't give a damn who you're having sex with. If you do, go do your thing. Give a damn. I don't care. When I was a kid, hey, pure poly, purebred. How, you have some sex with her? What's going on? Huh? No, I don't care now. What do I care? Dak Prescott's brother apparently is not happy. Dak Prescott's brother. Well, he wants out. Dak Prescott's brother. See, here's what you got to do. When you're Dak Prescott, here's what you do. You put a gag order on everybody that you know. You put a gag order. You say, guys, look, the season's over. We ain't happy. You ain't happy because we lost. But I get to be the $30 million quarterback of the Dallas freaking Cowboys. And you know what comes with that? Heat. Red hot heat. It comes with the job, it comes with the pay, it comes with the team, it comes with the league. If you're going to say, what's the number one job to catch heat in the NFL on the field? You tell me. I say quarterback Dallas Cowboys. It isn't the guy that followed. I would argue that Mac Jones or Stidham or whoever replaced Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, hasn't caught nearly as much hell as what Dak Prescott has. So people always say, well, it's the hardest to follow the GOAT. Well, the guys that follow the GOAT have had it much easier than Dak Prescott. So let me get to my point. My point is, if I were Dak Prescott, I would say to my family, my agent, everybody involved, look, here's what we're going to do. We're all going to St. Bart's. I've been to St. Bart's. St. Bart's is the perfect place. St. Bart's is small. It's got beaches, a ton of beaches, great bars, great little... Nobody gives a rat's ass. I mean, nobody cares who you are or who you aren't. And I'm taking everybody in my little entourage, including Dak Prescott's brother, Tad, to St. Bart's for like 2 weeks. He's making $30 million. He can afford everybody. And then we're all going to chill. We're all going to chill. We're going to have nice dinner. We're going to have nice drinks. We're going to act like idiots. We're going to go play on the beach. We're going to do whatever we want. But instead, this is what we get. Cowboy fans might continue to DM me. Trust me, if I could get Dak to leave Dallas, I would. I, too, want him out of Dallas. The city and the organization have been great to he and our family. But done with drama and the so-called fans. But he loves this team, and he wants to bring it rings. See, there's nothing good that comes out of this. There's not one good thing that comes out of Tad Prescott talking about Dak Prescott this way. Nothing. You're not getting over on the fans. And you can talk about a lot of, quote, so-called fans. Those, quote, so-called fans don't reside in Dallas. They reside in Tampa. When Tampa wins, we got a zillion fans. We're from all other parts of the world, but we ended up in Tampa or Carolina or Arizona, and now we're Arizona fans. But when you're talking about Bears fans, Packers fans, Cowboy fans, Giants fans, Jets fans, you're talking about the core NFL longtime fan. So don't talk about so-called fans and put your brother in a bad position. I would take the entire family, anybody that I think is going to be a mouth, my agent, my agent's brother, my wife, my sister, my whatever. And I'd say, guys, we're going for 2 weeks on me. Everybody, if I see one tweet, one text, one negative thing to one person, I'm sending your ass home, and I am going to rip you on social media. That's it. We're done. We're done. Now, Prescott's brother, somebody said here, I'm sure you don't mind the generational wealth these fans brought your family. Fans fund this as bro. All right? Did you see me speak badly on the city or the organization, Tad Prescott said. The answer is no. No, yes, of course I did. I'm reading it right here. Those who really know me or follow me knows I have never spoken badly about the Dallas Cowboys as an organization or team. I've never spoken badly about a player on the team or the city of Dallas. It's the so-called fans I have issue with. Well, that is speaking badly. I mean, guys are really stupid. Now, they just are. I mean, Lee and I talk about this all the time. Men are so simple. And guys like Tad Prescott are even simpler. So what you do is this. You just shut up. If you're going to criticize and say you're going to get or you want to get or you have to get Dak Prescott out of Dallas and you're Dak Prescott's brother, by proxy, you are ripping on the city of Dallas, the team, his teammates, ownership, management, you name it, he's ripping on it when he says, I have got to get him out of here. Or I want him out of here. Now, you can cover it up with your words, but we know the intent. Well, how can you know intent, man? Because we're not idiots. Because we're not fools. We're not dumbasses. We know the intent. And the intent is for you to open your big mouth and think you're getting over on the fans. Well, let me tell you something. Fans number in the millions. Year one. And I guarantee your brother, Dak, is not going to stand up and fight for your sorry ass. I will bet you money. But that's what I would do. I want to give you a solution when we have problems. The solution is simple. Take everybody after the season, get everybody to St. Bart's or St. something, get a house the size of this neighborhood, and just have a couple of weeks, decompress, have some fun, no Twitter, no social media, no nothing. Nothing. And then you figure it out. And if somebody violates it, hey man, I can't trust you. I cannot trust you. Dak Prescott, I know unfortunately one of his brothers passed away, and it's really sad. But it seems like Dak Prescott is a great dude. It seems like Dak Prescott's family are great people. It does. I saw the chunky chicken commercials or whatever the hell the soup was, chunky soup. I saw those commercials. Seemed like great dudes. But you got to shut up. You just got to shut up.